just wanted to do a little follow-up video really after the very long, apologies to those who made their way through it, initial unboxing and review of the Warlord Games Epic Battles videos. I did open the generals briefly at the time, and that was my first experience really of handling Warlord resin. You know, I've been gaming for a while and there's lots of different kinds of resin out there on the market, and I kind of opened up the boxes last night and started to clean them up, and I wanted to come back and talk about it a little bit because I immediately noticed some minor issues. Firstly, I want to say the sculpts are absolutely fantastic. I hope you can see that there. So this is Robert E. Lee, really nice. I think they might be digitally sculpted, which is obviously going to help. But when I came to cleaning it up, some of my fears, and I probably guessed this from some of the reactions in the community, to sort of the almost eye-rolling it being so much stuff being in Warlord resin. But if you can see sort of around, I'm trying to do this around my camera, so it's quite hard to find out, but you can see a lot of little bits here. And when you're trying to file your mould lines off, if I can get this to focus again, it's been a right pain. That's better. It leaves this sort of residue, which is a right pain in the arse, to be honest with you. It's not unmanageable, but it's not great. I'm a little bit concerned now when I get my boxes of cavalry that they're going to be quite painful to do an awful lot of them. If I grab another one and I'll sort of show you a bit more. This is the banner bearer for Mead. It comes in the Union General Pack. So let's get this to focus. There we go. So I think he's focused there. You can see his banner pole. I worked for a good 10-15 minutes on that. The problem you've got, now a lot of that's going to be hidden by banner luckily, but the problem we've got is, while the bendiness is great to prevent it snapping, it makes it really hard to clean off as well. So it's like trying to file cooked spaghetti or something. It just moves out of the way, so you're trying to lay it flat, and even then it's really hard to kind of get it to it, and just like I can't get this to focus. There we go. So pretty tricky. I think the only answer was to persevere, and luckily these are nice sculpts. Now the new general packs that are in Wave 3 are metal, so as much as I prefer plastic models and even resin when they're easy to clean up, that should help quite a lot. But yeah, it's hopefully there's not too much to clean up on the cavalry units and the full resin units when they arrive, because it could take quite a while to do, which I'll do for nice sculpts. And I talked a little bit about the comparisons. I mentioned Callistra a lot in my last video, so I thought, well, why don't we grab some of the Callistra models that I've already got, and we can sort of compare them a little bit. So I popped that one back off. If I grab Lee back, and I wanted to put some officers on the command bases with them. So let's grab one of the Confederate officers and stick him on at the same time. Probably really confuse my camera now. Two different colour things. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble focusing today with these things. Right, so eventually we got there. So you can see size-wise, that's pretty good. For me, there's a significant difference in quality of sculpt, and that's not knocking whoever sculpts for Callistra at all. This would be what I would call a little bit more traditional, kind of what you'd expect for models of this scale. So very good. And then this is, shows that maybe when you've got the technology behind you to do some digital sculpts, someone's going to tell me they're not that now, but it does make a difference. So I do like these models, and I know they cost a little bit more, but if I can use the nicest sculpts, I will do. But I think that I will use a few of these Callistra ones to kind of add to the bases and things. So let's have a little look at some of the different models that I might end up putting stills up if I struggle to focus enough, but we'll have a little look. So you got this mounted officer here, which will look quite nice. It's almost like a cavalry officer or something, it's hard to tell. He might look quite nice on a command base. I just like the idea of having, or would be a couple of aids there, but to run off and give orders and things, just almost like a mini vignette. So you do get banner bearers. I don't know if I'll be using these as such. Maybe for some of the other commanders. There you go again. He's okay. It's not a bad model. I don't think in terms of the detail it compares to what you're getting there. But it's going to be a tough lot easier to clear up, that's for sure. That's where I'll get torn. A lot of people, I'm sure they're going to say, well, no chance I'm clearing all that stuff up. There's some foot officers. So these are the command packs from Callisto. I'm talking about the £6. I think you get 28 models. A mixture of foot and mounted banner bearers. You've got drummers, you've got officers. I bought them originally to replace command strips, and I know a lot of people have done this. But I am going to use the official command strips, I think, as expensive as they are. At £12 for 5, I suppose if I go through my friendly local game store and get 20% off there, if those items are available through them, and I'm sure they will be to order, that starts making them more affordable, and then they compare very well model to model with the Callisto one, especially the way I'm going to use them. So I'm happy enough with that. It's more of a kind of, I wanted to do this video more as a note on the on how hard it was to clean up those generals. Let's look at some of the Union ones, because I've got a pack of each. Just a little snapshot here. I'm not going to go through every model in the pack. But I just thought, while we're on the subject, if you're looking at alternatives because of the resin or because of the cost, these will definitely do the job. I don't think I'll use them all. I don't see many of the drummers or banner bearers and things being used, but who knows? I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Some are definitely nicer than others. Some have got quite good faces. Some of them, the faces are quite poor. And that will have a bit of an effect on whether I use it or not. I mean, it doesn't matter at this scale, I know it really doesn't, but when you're comparing them with something really nice, as I think the Warlord sculpts are, I want to make sure they're quite right. Some of them are really good though, and I think with a bit of cleanup, you'll be surprised how well they do. I can't remember if I've shown you this one or not. The plan is, and these are quite large, I think these are 40mm round bases. You can see I'm mocking up here. I think the plan will be to do something along the lines of, you can see how bendy that resin is, and I'm pushing that on. These legs are bending all over the place. These aren't necessarily the ones I'll choose, but a selection of command models. Now I'll only do this for Army Commander's Corps Commander level, because they're obviously quite large. I'll probably go down to a smaller size, maybe 25mm for division, and then just leave the brigade as maybe the individual officers that you get on all the sprues. But yeah, very happy, as I said, with the quality of the sculpts on these. I mean, we should have another look at Mead. So you look at the face and things. If I can come on, you were focusing then. Do as you told camera. So I think the quality of the sculpts are absolutely fantastic. But boy, I mean, I look at these now and think, well, I need to clean these models up, and I've probably spent an hour cleaning up those 4 horsemen. Which yeah, it's daunting when you think you're going to get boxes of cavalry, so I'll have to see how they are. But anyway, very little update video there, and just some thoughts when I started to actually look through the box in a little bit more detail. I'll catch you soon.